I've taken 3 more questions from the chapter Factorization class 8. In the first question, we have to simplify this. And the question is 3b minus 3a over 7a minus 7b. Well, in the first glance, we can see that we have a3 as common from the numerator. So it's 3. If I take common, it's b minus a. And if I take 7 common from the numerator, as a minus b. Well, you can clearly see that b minus a and a minus b are not same, right? So we need to make it same in order to reduce it. So we can take minus common from the numerator. As you know, taking minus common from the numerator, this a will become positive, which was earlier negative, and b will become negative, which was positive. That divided by 7 times a minus b. Now we can clearly see that this a minus b get cancelled. So we'll be left with minus 3 over 7 as the answer. So this would be the final answer for the first part. Now coming to the next part, we have to factorize this. The second part I'm going to do. This question is based on the identity, that is a plus b, sorry, this is the above one, a plus b whole square, right? This is what on which this question is based. So first, let me write on the question. We can see that we have this question here as this is so copying down the question. This is 49 times a raised to the power 6 minus 56 a raised to the power 3 x y raised to the power 2 plus 16 x square y raised to the power 4. Now, first thing that we always need to check is, are there anything common? Now, looking into this, we don't find anything common. As you can see, a is there, a is over there, but a is not present over here. So, and moreover, out of 49, 56, and 16, there is no common factor. So therefore, we look for the identities as taking common and regrouping is not working. So we'll look for the identity here. Now we need to see that 49 a raised to the power 6. I have to make this a square term. So clearly this can be written as 7a cube square. Now looking for the second square term, this is 16. So we know that 16 is 4. Now, 4 square is 16, and we need x square, so that is x, and y raised to the power 4 can be written as y square whole square. So once we have identified what is a for us and b for us, then we can write this is minus 2a. We need to check here again. This is a minus b, as there is a minus sign in between. So we'll be writing minus 2 times a into b, a being the first term, that is this, and b being the second term, that is 4x y square. Now, if you compare this with the identity here, if you see this, this is in the form of a minus b whole square. So we can write this as first term, which is 7a cube, minus second term, which is 4xy square, the whole square. Well, this is the answer. You may write it twice also, times. Instead of giving a square, you may write it twice. So this is how the second part of this set of questions can be done. Now coming to the final, the last part. Now we are on the last part. That is the third part. First we say, if I copy the question, we have xy bracket z square plus 1 plus z bracket x square plus y square. Now there are only two terms. One is this, another is this, and we can see nothing is coming common here. So we cannot go by the method of taking common. So the taking common method fails, as we cannot do regrouping here. So what we can do, let's first open the bracket by using distributive property and check what we can do here. So if I take, if you multiply we are getting xyz square plus xy plus, again, this is x squares times z plus y square times z. This is what we got. Now, what in case if we regroup, like we can see that this term, if I take common from these two terms, right, what we will get here, or we can first rearrange and then regroup it. So let's write down this two term first and the remaining two terms in the next bracket. You may use brackets also for this. Now I can see that from the first two term, we have x and z common. So dividing this by xz, we'll be left with 1y and 1z. Dividing this with xz, we'll be left with x. Now from the last two term, I can see y is coming common. So if I take y common, we get from here, we will get x. And dividing this term with y, we'll get yz. Now, as you must be knowing that yz plus x and x plus yz is same, as you should know that distributive property, sorry, not distributive property, commutative property of addition. So from these two, what we can take out common? I can take out that is x plus yz as common. And if I take out this term as common, what will be left with? Dividing this by x plus yz will be left with xz. And dividing this whole thing by x plus yz will be left with y. So this is z. So this is how the final part of this question, that is third, can be done. And the method used here for solving is regrouping.